I suppose my nom de plume is Larkin, or Larkin Stentz, and you're at Green Angel Gardens, an organic farm, sustainable living center, teaching center in Long Beach, Washington. And I'm harvesting beautiful lettuces for the farmers market this afternoon. And this is cut and come again lettuce. So we cut it once and then it'll grow back, and we cut it a second time, it'll grow back. You can almost get 3 out of some varieties. You can get actually 4 cuttings.
What happens when the little lettuces are spent?
Prepare the beds for replanting. Dun dun dun.
We just cleaned out this bed of the last crop of lettuce. So in prepping it, I've already put down a light layer of a multi-purpose fertilizer, and now we're putting in compost. So this compost came from a compost pile, and what I do is I take it and make sure that it's evenly distributed. We're going to put 2 5-gallon buckets in this bed, and I try to put it all out before I end it, before the bucket's empty, so I can go back over and make sure that all the areas get a good dosing of compost. Then once the compost is put in, then we want to mix it into the top 3 to 6 inches. And what I learned from John Jevons of biointensive methods is what I call aflojar. That's a Spanish word for mixing in. And you take the fork and you just slide it in and you just twist. So you don't have to go in, you don't have to lift a big amount. You just use your hand on a D-handle fork and just twist. And it mixes that top layer in just beautifully. And then we'll come back later and we'll press it down a little bit to get some of the air out, water it, and we'll plant. Now we need to kind of press a little bit of the air out so that the roots have a nice compact place to live in.
Will you discuss the air pruning?
Yeah, if you leave too much air in the soil, the roots go out, and if they don't find soil particles real quick, they die. So it's like air pruning. And that's not good for them. So you want it just nice and compact, and you want it about as wet as a wrung out sponge. And now this is set up in a triangular method here, which is what we do with biointensive production. We plant in triangles. This is set up on a 7-inch center, which is how I plant my lettuces. A lot of people plant them on 9 or even 12-inch centers. I do 7 because I cut them so frequently they never get a chance to grow too big. So then we take this board
Perfect.
and that's where you will plant your lettuces. You can do this for a little transplant. You could also use it, I suppose, for seedlings. And it's in. And you have your holes. Ideally, you would let this set for maybe, I don't know, an hour or so before you plant it, but we're going to go ahead and plant because it's in the middle of the day already. I want to get these in the soil. Just take one, and using that as your template of where to plant, you put them in, and you bring the soil right up to the edge of the bottom leaves. So you want the soil right up there, and you don't want more than one plant in the hole. And then after we plant, you want to make sure that we water again the little guys.